Clavicular is what happens when you give a 20-year-old frat boy a camera. It's not the first time that situations like this come up, right? Every generation has their version of Clavicular. Nelk Boys is a great example. The Red Pill Circle Jerk decided that they wanted to go to the club and play Kanye West's song Hallelujah. And for those of you who don't know, it's a very controversial song. It was banned on many platforms, and it's gone through multiple name changes. It went by HH. I can't actually even say the words on here. So they went to the club, and this is what happened. So that was obviously an interesting song choice, and people have a lot to say on Twitter about that. And I was also reading that he's banned from that club and other clubs related to the owner, so he's no longer allowed to enter those clubs. And I'm sure that the DJ is also going to get in some kind of trouble for even allowing them to request a song like that in the first place. But I think the craziest thing out of all of this is Andrew Tate looks like he's the most sensible out of all of them. It looks like he's not even involved, maybe even a little bit embarrassed that they're so excited to be singing this song. And the next crazy part is the fact that there's a black dude, an Asian dude, another black dude, all vibing to this song. Like with Clavicular, there's no surprise, but with the other guys, I mean, really, there also isn't really a surprise because they're the biggest pick-me's. This whole stream was very, very bizarre. At the end of the day, you get a bunch of red pill men who essentially just want to try and stroke each other's egos as much as possible in one place. It's gonna get weird. So take a look at this.
I'll have whatever you have. Okay, cool. We'll do a shot of tequila. Okay. Yeah, drinking one doesn't even count. I try and set rules to drinking nowadays. I used to drink when I was younger, when it was a lot more popular. Now it's like I don't get drunk in public. Yeah. I don't get drunk around women typically. I will only get. I'll let myself get drunk in certain settings. I'm at my house. I'm with men. We're playing poker. I get as drunk as I like and go to bed. Fine. Well, I don't really. I try to set a good example as well.
And with Clavicular, you can kind of give a little bit of grace, right? He's still very, very young, but Sneako is 27 years old, 28 years old. Andrew Tate and his brother are almost 40 years old, and they're behaving like this. For Tristan Tate to be like, oh, I only drink with dudes, it's like probably one of the gayest ways you could say anything, right? It comes off incredibly insecure. You either drink or you don't. It doesn't make a difference, right? Like, I often don't drink, but I have no issues drinking with women, being around women. It's just such a bizarre take to be like, oh, women are the worst and I hate them so much. Like, if you hate them so much, then why don't you just get on your knees for Clavicular? He's right there, right? Like, you guys don't have to play pretend, right? And it's not even just one of them. It's not just Andrew Tate. It's not just Tristan. It's not just Clavicular. It's quite literally all of them. They all come off incredibly weird, incredibly insecure, like this clip of Andrew Tate, same stream.
So my life is about paying for about 110 people's nice life, besides mine. So I get to sit like Scrooge McDuck on my pile of money, miserable. You know? I just sit there angry, sending money to baby mamas. That's how it is. What else am I supposed to fucking do? If I stay poor forever, that's not a life either. So it all sucks. Basically everything sucks. There's no way out. It sucks if you're poor, sucks if you're rich, sucks if you're famous, sucks if you don't. It all fucking sucks. So you just gotta be in it for the ride, you know? It is what it is. Everything's fucking shit all the time. Have you ever been having sex with a girl and halfway through go, what the fuck, this is shit. This is boring. I'm trying to play video games, this is boring. I'm putting on Smash Bros.
Right? I hate when that happens.
This is boring.
Yeah.
It's fucking boring. You know, and then you just stop and she starts crying and shit. It's like, I just don't want to anymore. I got bored. I'm sorry.
Right, like, of course you're bored because you're trying to fill a void, right? You are not building any genuine connections. You don't treat these people like they're people, right? I mean, which is, again, unsurprising from somebody who is capable of the things that he's done, right? So at the end of the day, it's not a surprise, but it's really, really sad. It's really unfortunate. And then you get a bunch of people in the same room reinforcing these terrible beliefs. Like, yeah, some women are terrible, right? Like, stuff happens. I've had stuff happen in the past with past relationships, and those women were terrible. But what did I do? I moved on, I found somebody better, and I still decided to treat her with respect and kindness and pick up after myself and behave in a manner that is respectable. And you know what? If it ever comes down to it and she does something that, you know, she probably shouldn't, and I leave, then oh well, right? You're missing out. You're not losing out when you aren't around these people, you're gaining. And they again end up getting stuck in this weird feedback loop where Andrew Tate and his depressed boys are ruminating about how terrible and empty their lives are, and instead of dealing with their mental health, they decide to project it onto women. And of course, you're going to have a bad taste in your mouth when you think about women if you continuously put yourself in these situations. You know how often we tell women to just pick better, you know, pay attention more, etc. And it's the same for men. Just pick better. Right? If you're going to be around these Miami club girls with their BBLs hanging out, of course they're just going to want the newest Birkin and a gold watch and a new whatever, right? Of course, that's the type of culture and the type of place you're putting yourself in. If you put yourself around regular people, there's a good chance that it just works out and you can actually build a connection. It is quite literally impossible to ever form a connection if you're just sleeping with a bunch of dumb bimbos, right? It's just not going to happen. You're expecting fairy tales out of nothing. And I think out of all of the clips that we just saw, this one is probably the weirdest.
It's the new dates. It's the getting to know them.
Oh my God.
It's the winning them over shit.
I would never do
That's
a
going to
date.
be but you know, you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
date. I don't take bitches to dinner.
I never.
Ever.
Yeah, ever.
Ever.
Yeah, basically.
The only dinner a woman will ever go to with me is when I'm meeting other men. But like a one-on-one dinner with a girl is a mistake and a waste of fucking time and money.
3 hours of fucking
Right.
garbage.
Let me tell you what a dinner with me and a woman looks like.
Right, and they're talking about not taking women to dinner, not taking this and that to dinner, whatever. I would never do that. No, not a chance. And, you know, as like a first date situation, I 100% agree in the sense of like, what are you spending $100 and some odd dollars, $200, $300 on somebody that you don't know? It doesn't make any sense. But to be like, oh, I never take women on dates. I only take girls to dinner if there's dudes there. Like, it just continues to be more and more gay the longer you listen to these guys talk. As long as there's another dick in the room, this guy's happy.
Woman sits next to me, looks hot, the other men at the table respect that, and we talk about business, and I genuinely ignore her the whole time.
Yeah, that's a good.
Like, that's it. Because you know what she's seeing in that moment? She's seeing you being ambitious, and I promise there's no game or pickup or anything you can do that will turn a woman on than seeing that ambition and you working amongst other men and letting her be there and watch you just handle your business. But as far as a one-on-one date, no, ever.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And then they talk about these women like they're some sort of prop in their whole situation. And then they're upset that they want them for their money. Like, of course, this girl who knows that you don't care about her is going to want something in return, right? In this sense, they're just prostitutes and you're paying for the prostitution. Like, you're just as gross and dirty as the dude picking a girl up on the corner street, right? It's the exact same situation. Just the difference is you think it makes you cool for some reason. Like, it's just gross. Why not build a relationship? Why not build a connection? Right. And there's the whole situation online where people are like, oh, you know, sleeping around with everybody doesn't affect men the same way it does women, etc. But I think it does. And you can clearly see it in these people with hollow eyes, right? They are just as dead inside as the girl that's taking 100 dicks on the weekend, right? Like, it's the exact same situation. It shows, and it's super unfortunate that these people have a platform and that there's young men that look up to these people. Right? Like, Clavicular could be a regular dude. He could just be rich, have a nice wife, and go on about his day, right? But instead, he's surrounded by this kind of stuff, talking about bitches this and bitches that, and it's just super unfortunate that these people have a platform, right? Because it's going to destroy the minds of younger gentlemen, right? And for a little while there, I was going down like the red pill pipeline. You have a bad relationship, and you're like, man, women suck. Like, this is terrible. What an awful experience. And then you go to therapy and you get help and you hit the gym and you work on yourself and you go, oh, maybe it was just that woman specifically that kind of sucked. Maybe I should pick better. Maybe I should pay attention more. Maybe I shouldn't let those red flags slide, right? And you make better choices and you find better women and you surround yourself with better environments. But yeah, being a drug addict and going to the bar and the club and throwing money and doing this and that is going to lead you to terrible people. That's just the nature of the world. At the end of the day, it's your choices that lead you to these people.